If you're not first, you're last. You don't want to miss what I have behind me. What's up guys, Nick here from Ranch Armor. Excited to talk to you guys in depth about our new Ranger 1500 accessories that are available right now for purchase, guys. Let's start off in the front. Everybody knows the infamous front Ranch Armor full replacement bumpers. We did something a little different on this for the 1500. The 1500 front end is very sporty, very aggressive. We want to make sure we mimic those lines. So what we did differently here was instead of tread across the skid and top, we did a hybrid design. We did tread on top with a flat plate on the front skid that goes all the way down under to push everything underneath that front diff, guys. Again, this is a full front replacement bumper. So we go end to end, top to bottom, all right? It's not a bull bar, it's not a winch mount. It protects the whole front end. So you can really tear some stuff up, go through some things that you normally wouldn't want to, especially with the factory bumper. Another thing that we did and made sure we kept is Polaris decided to really pass out some cool LED lights on certain models. So with the front bumper, we incorporated the same design in terms of the lights that come from Polaris so that you can mount those on from your factory bumper to our Ranch Armor bumper. Really cool, looks aggressive. Now here's the thing, if your model did not come with these front lights, that's okay. We're gonna send you fins that go there and look really sporty, or you can order these lights directly from us or your local dealer. In the Ranch Armor fashion, especially our Legacy Series bumpers, we love to hide the winches and make them clean. Polaris, like a lot of other UTV manufacturers, actually mounts the winch behind the front factory bumper and basically gives it a nice pocket. We don't want you to have to relocate it to the top. We want to keep it where it was designed to be, which is what we did here. So our bumper, again, goes over like a glove, guys. Full protection, end to end, top to bottom. Headlight guards are optional. So if you don't like the headlight guard look, you can actually just have the standard bull bar, which would expose this. We recommend getting the headlight guards, but some people like a little bit more sporty of a look, guys. So a standard hitch receiver built in, 2-inch hitch receiver with a set screw. So if you put a feeder on it, it's not gonna wobble. And of course, you've got your heavy duty shackle mounts, all laser cut, pressed, welded, and powder coated right here in Texas, guys, okay? So let's move back. But before we move back all the way, we did upgrade the wheels and tires of this a little. We did no lift kit on this. These sit really aggressive already from the factory. But we did go to these 32-inch motivators here on these 15-inch MSA wheels. Really cool combo, looks good. Believe it or not, these are only 32s. 32s usually look huge on a machine, especially without a lift, but this machine is a beast. Everybody knows that. So as far as the top, guys, we are the first company in the world to do a full replacement top, especially for the North Stars, okay? So we're gonna go over the interior side of it to show you guys basically the factory interior, to show you it all remained factory, guys. Headliner, everything inside remained factory. Roof bolts on, you get that nice headliner, all your wiring, all your harnesses stay up there, no issues at all. Of course, it's starting to drizzle as I'm doing this video, but it feels good. As far as the overhang goes, your windshield that opens will clear, and this is our premium package 3 roof. So it's got a front 50, side lights, ready to go, direct bolt on, factory fitment, no issue at all. Hey guys, we're back. It started to rain a little bit too much for our equipment, so we had to pack inside, let it start to dry up a little bit, stop raining of course, and we're back. I missed a couple of things though, some important details on the top that I really wanted to talk about, but I was rushing because I was trying to finish before the rain came in. So, again, I already mentioned this is the first metal top, full replacement top for the Polaris 1500, both open cab and North Star AC heat models like this one behind me in the world, guys. We spent a lot of time engineering it. As you'll see up underneath here, the flat plane of our top, which we're very famous for, had to have a way to mate with this cab. So we had to make this very, very uniquely engineered piece here that contours with the front of the cab. That piece bolts on and the top bolts onto that piece. And what's really cool is these units have a really, really strong overhead chassis. They're very safe, but they have this X-bar that goes over your head that you can't see that's above the headliner. The problem is that X-bar goes above the flat pattern of the roof. So we had to figure out a way, without the roof looking like a top hat, sitting up another 4 inches, how do we accomplish covering these X-bars, these braces, and still make the top look like the Ranch Armor Legacy Series top that everybody's used to. So we came up with these unique channel caps. So what happens is there's slits on the top of the roof with these caps, as you'll see, that after production is done, these caps are powder coated just like the roof, and they're riveted on and then sealed with a gasket, and they're really strong. You can stand on them, you put gear up there, you can treat the roof just like you've always treated a Ranch Armor top. Stand up there, fill feeders, put gear up there, shoot off it, camp on it, whatever the hell you want to do. You can still do everything, but it kept us with this low profile roof that still looks sporty and extremely rugged. So that was something I was very proud of our engineers on, figuring that out, which was a challenging task. It took 2 or 3 weeks just to figure out how to get over that hurdle. So again, laser cut, pressed, built right here behind me. 50 feet behind me is where these things are laser cut, built, welded, powder coated, everything. This again is the Pack 3 premium roof, premium racks with the lights. What's interesting though is just like the front lights on the Polaris front bumpers that come to the factory, we'll get to the rear in a second to show you the rear. There's a factory LED light that comes with every one of these included in the plastic factory top. We wanted to make sure you could still use it, and we built this really cool housing, which we'll get to in a minute. But I really, really want to talk about our Nerf bars we redesigned. If you'll zoom in there real close, check out these boot scrapers, guys. So instead of doing a pipe and bending a piece and notching it, we laser cut and bent. So this starts out as a flat pattern, bend here, bend here, bend here. And these reliefs pop up as the items get bent and create a grip point as well as a scraper for mud, rocks, dirt. Really cool. It allows it to still fall through, allows you to wash it, and it looks super aggressive. As far as a bolt-on fitment, guys, there's actually chassis mounts behind the plastics from the factory that we utilize. It is a bolt-on item, extremely strong. We capped the end at an angle, really cool look, excuse me. And these allow you to skate across the surface, guys. So these doors are obviously very expensive, $2,500 to $3,000 a piece. You would never want to take it out and bottom out, scratch, or crack your plastics. It'd be a nightmare. So these right here, our Ranch Armor Nerf bars, side steps, are going to protect your plastics and protect the bottom of the belly of this unit while giving you some really cool function. And on these crew models like this, they have a factory step, but it's kind of small. I'm a size 13, and it's not that comfortable. So to make it better, we gave you this step that extends all the way back here, and it makes it just a lot more functional for you to put stuff up, get into the bed, just makes the whole entire step a lot more ergonomical. Now that we've seen the steps, guys, these Nerfs, and the whole new redesign from the ground up on these things, let's check out the rear of this roof that I was talking about and see how this actually incorporates the factory light from the factory. So from the factory, again, just like the front bumper, these lights come with the top. We built this really cool housing, and as you can see, the back of the roof actually contours with the factory glass window, maximizing your visibility, because if we would have kept the flange here, you would have lost a little bit of visibility, wouldn't have looked as cool. So we took the design etiquette, the design cue from the window and incorporated it and made sure this was built in, which is just a direct bolt-on item as well, guys. Super cool. So no loss of function, no loss of a factory accessory there. And we'll get to the back, the rear end of this, guys, to show you how we protect the rear end of this beautiful unit. So this is the first UTV with kind of a real style tailgate here, guys. Like, it's not real chintzy or plasticky. It feels like a pickup truck bed, and it should for the price of these units. So we want to make sure we protect this, because the tailgate alone with the tail lights, if you pop a tree or hit something or back in, that's going to set you over $1,000 easy. Not even, no questions asked. So protect that rear end and get some really cool function out of it, guys. Our rear bumpers are known for being the most functional rear bumpers in the market because we incorporate a factory, or the use of a 2-inch hitch up here instead of you having to go all the way down underneath the vehicle. With our optional hitch support and our hitch, you can tow right here natively just like you would any trailer. So backing up is easier because you don't have to worry about the neck or the jack of a trailer binding up your bed, ruining your bed. It's all back here. A lot more control when you're running those trailers or running stuff around the farm, ranch, even a light duty boat, taking it down to the water. You can do that with this bumper, guys. This one has the optional LED flush mounts as well. If you don't get the flush mounts, we give you block off plates there with the RA logo that just bolt on. So you can either add them later or keep them on. If you don't choose to have lights, maybe that light for you is enough and you don't need them. That's totally cool. You also get this nice pocket right here, stand up on, get into the bed a little easier. But in terms of construction on this bumper, guys, we use a 2-inch piece of pipe, wraps all the way around one piece, and then we use a robotic welder to run this 5-foot long weld consecutively. You should see it. It's amazing. So we don't skip out on welding, guys. Never have, never will. A lot of companies will weld from the backside and stitch it. We want you to see the welds. We want you to see the money that you paid, that you worked very hard for to buy these accessories. And we want you to be proud of them, okay? So that's what these welds exhibit. These are done, most of it is done by humans, but this top weld, we want it to be one piece. We invested in robotic welding that's here on site, and it's literally a start to finish weld. 5 feet long, it's amazing. Tread plate, as always, a lot of grip. And in terms of bolt-on ease, there's no modification needed on this vehicle. Everything arrives, all the hardware arrives. The brackets bolt right up, real simple. Again, I opened the tailgate earlier. It does clear. And that's why the bumper may seem like it sits a little low, but we didn't want you scratching this beautiful paint job. So what you have is about a 1/4 inch of clearance underneath here that allows it to sit freely and not scrape up on that tread plate. So that was really, really important for us, okay? All right, guys, I know everybody wanted to see that this bed actually does dump, and it will dump all the way, and I'm gonna show you guys here how much extra clearance we have. Now, remember, we have 32s on this with no lift. We decided not to do a lift, and it does come with factory 30s. With factory 30s, that gap in there, it'll allow it to actually go all the way within about a 1/2 inch from our hitch to the factory hitch and dump down even further. We just decided to rest it on the tires for this example purpose, but these are 32s, guys, with no lift again, and as you can see, the angle, totally fine, no issues at all. Dump away. Guys, so we just went over the first batch of accessories that we've released for the Polaris Ranger 1500, and it will be both open cab, and as you can see behind me, of course, the North Star enclosed cab. We still have our hood baskets that we have coming. We have our new headache racks, our flatbeds, of course, we're famous for them, right? And we've got our high seats. And I'm not gonna talk about it yet, but maybe even a couple more that we're really excited about. So stay tuned, be some of the first to get these orders, and we'll talk to you soon. If you want to see more accessories that we're bringing out for the new 1500s, make sure to subscribe, comment, and like.